Good morning to all, and I wish you a very happy New Year. Welcome to this session on how to use Algomojo platform to automate your trades. So you would have your strategies running on various charting platforms which provide buy-sell signals, and we act as a bridge to automate those signals to be picked up and placed to place an order in your Demat account. So we will see today as to what are the features and facilities available in Algomojo and how those can be deployed or used by traders like you to automate your signals to place orders. Yeah, so we will start with a small presentation. We'll start with a small presentation wherein we will cover things like now we will begin with an introduction to Algomojo platform and its features. Then we'll look at how do we do an integration with TradingView charting platform, and we could look at Amibroker also in case if anybody is using Amibroker and would like to see how to automate the strategies that you would run in Amibroker that can be seen today. We will have a small brief on Algomojo support, and finally, we'll have a Q&A session. Request you to kindly raise any queries that you have as we go along. You need not have to wait till the end. And if you have any specific requirements to be seen, kindly use the Q&A box to type out your requirements. I will try and address them as we go along. Is that okay? You can use the Q&A box for sending any queries. And in say TradingView or Amibroker, if you want me to show how to use a particular strategy or an indicator to automate or do the setup for automatic trading, kindly let me know. I'll try and use that as a demo thing for today's session, and we can try and see how it works. Okay, we'll go along. This is our website, algomojo.com. It's a web-based algo trading execution platform. We don't have any app as such. It is a web-based tool which is available. You can use any browser to log into this website, and you can use the facilities and features which are enabled for traders and investors. Now, it is designed to automate your strategies, which normally people use tools like charting or Amibroker or TradingView. It could be any Python or any of those tools, which provide based on the strategies one is running the buy sell signals, and we act as a bridge to convert them into orders to be placed in your broker's account. We have integrated with some of the popular, well-known tools, charting tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, Charting, NinjaTrader. Because Google Sheet and Chrome extensions are available more in terms of manual trade. I wouldn't say that it can be completely automated using Excel kind of environments. Python is another library that we have. If there are any users who use Python to trade, we have an extensive library. Kindly refer to our Python library and use them to do the coding and automate your trades. That's possible. Then we have common API connectivity with multiple brokers. So far, we have integrated with close to about 27, 28 brokers. Some of the very popular, all the popular brokers are available, integrated with API with us. So if you have account with any of these brokers, you can use them for automation purpose. We provide execution modules. We provide the sample codes that needs to be used while doing the automation. These are very simple things that we have kept so that anybody who has got a bit of knowledge on the system usage can use a platform to automate the signals. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge to use the platform for automation. Whatever information is required for automation, we provide in our website itself. It's just a a method of copy pasting it. That's it. You need not have to get into the codes and what the code does or modifying the code. Those kind of things need not be done as such. It's a simple copy paste. We will look at how to do that as we go along. Per se. We are a platform for automating any strategies that you would have. However, there are some popular strategies like super trend kind of things, which a lot of people use. So we have made that available in our platform in case if you'd like to use them and trade using them, it's available. However, otherwise, we are not into providing strategies or we are not into providing tips and recommendations for buy and sell kind of thing. We don't provide any kind of assured returns kind of thing. We are just a bridge provider. We can help you to translate the signals that you would have in your charting tool to place orders so that you need not be sitting in front of the computer. Whenever the signals come, those will be picked up automatically by us, by our platform, and orders will be placed into your account. So that is what we typically do. We are not into providing strategies and recommendations for buy sell kind of thing or investment kind of thing. Uh, we have tried to make the algo trading experience as simple as possible. It's very user friendly and simple. There's no complication involved at all. If you have been using the broker applications and their websites to trade currently, you will find it very similar to what you're currently doing with one or two steps to automate the strategies that you would have. Some of the key features of Algomojo are you can customize what is that you would like to trade. Now, whether you want to trade in equities, whether you want to trade in futures, or whether you want to trade in options, you can decide in the beginning itself, do the setup, and that will be saved for you. And whenever the signals come, the orders will be placed as per your requirements, either in equities or futures or options. Um, in terms of options, you have the flexibility to choose the strike price dynamically. Depending on when the signal comes, we look at what is the spot price in the indices and accordingly pick up the strike price that you would like to trade in, that you would have set up in the platform and place orders as per your requirement. You can choose ATM, ITM, or OTM. There's a flexibility to choose up to 20 strikes in the money or 20 strikes out of the money because ATM is by default. Uh, so you can set that strike price that you want to trade uh, in the beginning itself, right? Or if you want to trade a particular strike price as in for a particular day, you have the flexibility to choose the particular strike price for that day. And any signals coming in, the orders will be placed as per the strikes, option strike that you would have mentioned as such. Uh, we are not, we don't have a charting tool as such. We depend on you to have the charting tool where you can have your strategies or draw trend lines or any other kind of studies. And based on the signals getting generated or trend lines getting broken or broken down or breaking out, the orders can be placed. Say, for example, in TradingView, we will look at how to use say trend line as a tool to place orders. When there's a breakout or a breakdown of a trend line, the signal, the order can be placed in your account. Those kind of things can be done. However, in Algomojo, there's no, we don't have a charting platform. We will depend on like what we mentioned, either a charting or trading view or Amibroker kind of tools to run your studies. And from there, you can generate the signals, which can be automated. Yes. Yeah, see, if your strategy involves multi-time frame and it is running in any of these tools I was mentioning, uh, say TradingView or Amibroker, you have got your coding done based on multi-time frame, and the signals get generated based on multi-time frame. Yeah, that order can be placed. Yeah, see, what happens is by default, multi-time frame is not available. You'll need to get that specially coded. For example, if you would like to see, for example, a super trend in 1 hour time frame, whether it is long or short, and in a 5 minute time frame, you would like to take the signals as per that. You have to get a coding done, and then it can be done. Multi-time frame can be done in these platforms, either TradingView or Amibroker, and signals can be generated as per that, as per multi-time frame as such. We do offer certain coding support in case if you have any specific requirements. If you have some certain ideas that you would like to get it coded and trade as per that, we do assist in providing those coding as such. You can send a mail to us. I'll share the email ID by the end of the session. We could check the feasibility, come back to you in terms of what is the timeline and costing involved. And if you're okay with it, we can take up the coding as such. Sure, sir. You kindly request you to kindly send an email and share the email ID. It can be indicators or strategies. Uh, you should have a strategy or an indicator in, say, whichever charting tool that you are using. So if it is an indicator, there's a different process of doing the automation. You need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. If it is a strategy, there is just one alert that you need to create. For indicators, there has to be two alerts to be created, one for entry and exit. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever doubts you have, whatever queries you have, kindly keep them coming. I will try and answer them as we go along. Yeah, and a lot of people are into either option buying or selling. We provide facility to do both. If you're an option buyer or if you're an option seller, whenever there's a signal, if you want to buy or sell a PE or CE, you can do that automatically as such. And if you'd like to do a hedging of the positions that you're taking, that is also possible. Hedging again can be done either by selling option or buying option. Both are possible. So we'll need to create a group in such a situation wherein based on a single signal, both the orders can be placed. Having large quantity of uh, large quantities to be traded, then you need not have to worry about splitting of order. We will do that for you. We'll look at what is the kind of quantity that you have mentioned or trading. If it is more than the freeze limit set for the particular stock or index, we will do the splitting and then place multiple orders for you. In terms of risk management, we currently have target and stop loss, which you can set either in terms of points or percentage, both in terms of the futures or option. We will look at what is the instrument that you're trading based on the average the average cost of taking the position. We will calculate what is the target and stop loss that you have set and place whenever those levels are reached, the target or stop loss orders will be triggered automatically. Currently, it is only fixed one target and one stop loss that you can do. There are no provisions for multiple targets or trailing of stop loss. These are still under development. As we go along, we will be launching those kind of facilities also in our platform. The trailing stop loss or multiple targets, you can use them. As of now, it is only fixed stop loss. See, currently in the platform, it is only fixed. However, there's a method of doing it in TradingView or even in Amibroker. Whenever those levels are reached, if you'd like to keep trailing your targets or stops, that can be done, but not in the platform as of now. We will the work is going on in terms of development. A large portion of it is done. Testing is happening. Once it is released, we'll be sharing those facilities in our platform. Yes. Again, some more features. You can, if you're a trader who is into swing trading, you would like the positions to be rolled over on the expiry days. The system will do it for you automatically. You need not have to worry about closing the portion and taking a new portion. If there's a portion already running, the Algomojo platform will close that portion and take a new portion as per your requirement that you would set in the platform. Then you have paper trade and live trade facilities available in our platform. It is paper trade is available for all users. By default, you get three paper trade facilities to use. Paper trade here, I would like to mention that is a facility to provided to enable users to test the entire process if it is going as per your requirement. I would recommend that paper trade be used as a forward testing kind of tool. It is not recommended that way. It is only to check if the orders are getting placed as per your requirement. Suppose you have a strategy in whichever trade platform, and when you are sending a buy signal, you would like to buy a CE, and when a sell signal comes, maybe you would like to close the CE and not take any trade. To check those kind of things, the paper trade is what is provided. Uh, our recommendation is that to try it out, always start with a paper trade. Be sure that all trades are going as per your requirement and only then shift over to live trade. Because there are a couple of variables which, if not selected properly, then the entire thing may not work as per your expectations. We have seen sometimes that the requirements is that the user would like to be in long only kind of trades, take only long positions, but there's something called a rule to be selected. If by mistake a different rule has been selected, then trades which were not intended by the would start getting placed. To avoid unnecessary loss happening, kindly use the paper trade only when you're sure that all orders are going as per your requirement, then shift to live trade. So in terms of live trade, there's no limitation. You can send as many live trades as possible. We have not put any limitations as such. Paper trade, yes, is limited to three. Yeah, our platform doesn't have any facility for backtesting of your strategies. As I was mentioning, we are a bridge provider, not a strategy provider. So forward testing or back testing kind of tools are not available with us. Uh, you will need to depend on TradingView or Amibroker or any other platform for your back testing and forward testing kind of studies as such. Yes. Yeah, grouping is another facility which is available. There are a lot of users, a lot of traders who use option strategies like straddles or butterflies or iron condors, which will involve multiple legs of orders to be placed. So you can we have in our platform you have flexibility to define each of those legs and group them and place orders based on a single signal. You could have three, four, five, six, irrespective of the number of legs. All legs will be executed based on one single signal that you would receive, that you would send from the charting platform. So individual legs needs to be created and then they can be grouped together and executed in one shot as such. That is what the grouping facility is, which is available in our platform. Uh, there's a facility to receive notifications as and when the orders get or signals generated or orders getting placed as per in your strategies in using Telegram. So it's a very simple process to set up. There's a Telegram in the Telegram app. All you need to do is look at a bot called Algomojo bot. Using that, you can um, receive notifications. It's just all you need to do is take the chart ID or the Telegram ID and place it in the strategy in Algomojo. So whenever the signals are generated, the you'll start getting Telegram notifications. You can create watch list if you're a trader having multiple symbols. We have seen people using tools like charting, wherein they scan 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 kind of stocks, and randomly the signals get generated for the stocks. So you can define what are the stocks that you want to have to be traded, and there's a simple facility to upload your watch list in our platform. It's a CSV file. All you need to do is upload that any number of times, which will also capture the quantity that you want to trade, which you can vary based on your requirements. See, paper trading, what is happening is, or any reports that we provide, you will need to download the facility at the end of the day, during the day. The historical data download is currently not available. It will be made available as we go along, so that you can download the past history and check the trades or the signals that have been generated and sent to our platforms. Yeah, there is work going on in terms of uh, risk management as such, wherein based on the M2M or the profit or loss, all the trades can be closed. Yes, there's work under development. Once it is ready, it will be extended to all users. Yes, yes, no problem, sir. We have not yet got into the platform demo yet, just going through the features that are available in our platform. The actual demo of the platform we will start shortly. Yes. See, you can use any version of Amibroker. Amibroker is a free tool which is available. You can download it from their website itself. They don't charge you anything. The only thing happens is the free version, you will not be able to save your studies. You will need to generate every day the studies. But if you have a strategy, you can still download the official version itself and use it. Not an issue. Only thing is, if you're using Amibroker, have a reliable, authorized data vendor, because most strategies would depend, would generate signals based on the data, and it is important to have an authenticated, reliable data feed. Otherwise, your signals and strategies might not work as per the strategies requirement as such. Yes, you can use any version of Amibroker. Amibroker from Amibroker website, you can download the free version, which is 6.0, and use it. Or if somebody else has given a Amibroker version, whichever is the version, try and use anything more than above 6.0 kind of version. The early versions will not support some of the facilities, not limited. It will not be limited to Algomojo, but the AFLs or the strategies that you would may require the latest version of Amibroker. They provide you free of cost, so why not use that? Sorry. MT4 also is integration is done. You can use MT4 for automation. MT5 not yet. MT4 is possible. So strategy or indicator, we will. I will show you some of the examples when we get into the actual platform demo. You will get an idea, sir. Correct. When you use stop and reverse, whatever is the existing portion, it will close that and take the reverse signal as such. Yes, that's right. So we will see that also. Uh, Reports, as I was mentioning, current day's report, you need to download it and use it for your studies as such. Now, some of the segments that you can trade in are equities, of course. It can be intraday or delivery based. Then futures and options. You can trade in NSE futures and stocks, BSE, commodities, all that. Static options are also possible for both index and stocks. Uh, Dynamic options are possible for Nifty index and stocks, mid cap, CP Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, Sensex, Bank X are all the symbols that are available in our platform for you to use. Yeah, now this is a very new development. We did not have a facility to uh, trade in stock options. That has just been enabled for trading in stock options, which can be either static options or dynamic options. You can choose any of them, and you can trade in commodity options also. Both static and dynamic are possible. Currently, again, you have the flexibility to choose ATM, OTM, or ITM. Up to 10, 20 strikes in ITM or OTM can be selected. Then only market orders are possible. There's no facility to put the limit orders as of now. Limit order will also be launched shortly. Yes. In terms of the brokers that we have integrated with, we have close to about 27, 28 brokers. We keep adding them as we go along. These are some of the brokers with whom we have done the API integration. So if you already have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using our platform. Yeah, see, in terms of the M2M update, I would recommend, see, we depend on the brokers to send the data in terms of no, well, all the data information required for calculating the P&L or the M2M kind of calculations. However, what we recommend is to look at it as a platform to place an order automatically. So M2M and P&L will happen based on the price movements. Important thing is to get the order placed in time as per your strategy, so that you don't miss out on an opportunity which is coming along. So look at for getting the perfect updated details, you could always refer to the broker provided data. Yeah, for you can you get a trial to use the APIs with any of these brokers. However, if you open an account with any of these five brokers, I had done also. Sorry, it's not in this list. Done is also another broker. If you open account in Alice Blue, First Off, Fire, Zebu, or Done, you get APIs free of cost for life as such. So that's an arrangement that we have done with some of the brokers to offer our APIs free of cost. We used to have a similar kind of arrangement with almost all the other brokers. However, due to recent regulatory changes, most brokers have withdrawn that kind of facility. So we are not in a position to offer free of cost to all the brokers, but except for these five of them. Yes. Square off, you can check in our platform itself if you're finding any delay in running it from the API from your Python or any other platform. Check the settings, sir. I don't think it should be taking such a long time. What we have seen is it happens in a couple of milliseconds as such order placements. Yeah, before getting into the actual automation process, it's a two-step process. One is there are certain things to be done in Algomojo itself. After you define what is that you want to trade and you do all the selections in terms of stocks and quantity and expiry, all that, you enable the live trade or paper trade. Always start with the paper trade. So since your request, once it is meeting your requirement, only then shift over to live trade. Then the second step is to do a small process either in TradingView or in Amibroker, depending on the tool that you are using for signal generation. We will look at the first part for what needs to be done in Algomojo, and then get into doing a setup in TradingView also. Right. So in TradingView, you'll need to create an alert. How do we do the alert creation? We'll go through that. Yes. And for Amibroker, there are some modules to be downloaded and used along with the strategy that you would have or AFL you would have. We need to just copy paste them or drop it drag and drop them onto your existing strategy, and it will be ready for uh, using as such. And there is a webhook URL that you need to paste in both TradingView and your Amibroker. Using that, that is very, very critical for placement of orders. So once that is done, the signals will get processed as per the signal generated. Yeah. Uh, there are some rules that are defined in our platform. We will get into the details of these rules and when to use what kind of rule as we go along. When we look at the actual, say, TradingView platform and some of the strategies, we will look at in detail about these rules. But however, there are four of them. I would say classified into five groups. One is long only, the other one is short only, the other one is long plus short, and third one is long plus short. Buy, sell, short cover, typically used in Amibroker kind of environment because TradingView generates normally buy and sell kind of signals. However, Amibroker has got a facility to short and cover also as signals to be provided. So for Amibroker's users, we would recommend the fourth kind of rule, depending on the strategy. And there's something called a stop and reversal kind of mode. So these are the rules which are very, very important. If, if there's an error in terms or a mismatch in terms of the kind of rule that you use, then the orders may not go through properly as per your expectation. So be quite clear as to what is the rule that you, is applicable based on the strategy. We will look at some of the samples when we get into the actual platform setting up. Yeah. Now, this is our website, algomojo.com. Gives you details about our platform and what are the facilities that are available. Kindly have a look at them. Now, as I was mentioning, from here, if you open an account with any of the five brokers I was mentioning, which is Allies Blue, Dun, First Stock, Fires, or Zebo, you get our APIs free of cost. So, in case you would, if you'd like to avail that kind of facility, please use Algomojo and open an account from here and use the facility of APIs free for life as such. All you need to do is fill up certain details like name, email, ID, and mobile number. After that, you will be redirected to the broker's web page to complete the account opening process. Once the account is opened and the credentials are shared with you, you will get the APIs from us also. Now, in case if you already have a broker account with any of the 27, 28 brokers with whom we have already done an integration, you can log in from here, use the login page. It gives you a drop down of all the brokers with whom we have done the integration. So select the broker account that you have. First time when you're doing it, you will need to do a small registration uh, of your account, and then you'll be able to log in to this platform. So I'll be using TradeGenie for today's demo. The credentials required for logging into any of the brokers is the same as what you use for your normal broker login facility as such. There is no different kind of login details to be updated here. It is the same credentials. Uh, so it is simple. So you need to enter your client ID, then the password, then the TOTP or the OTP as per the broker's requirement. Let me update the TOTP here. So once you log in, the rest of the details are the same for all the brokers, irrespective of whichever demat account you have. The uh, interface is the same. The default interface will give you a summary of all your funds and holdings and positions which you would normally have. There's also a facility for adding watch list. So you can put in your stocks and trade from here directly. You need not have to have multiple websites or apps open. You can do all your so sort of one-stop shop for you, except for adding or withdrawing funds from your broker account. All the other facilities are available here. So you'll get this dashboard and details about all the orders that you would place, all the trades that would have taken place, and whatever the positions which are open, all that will be shown as per this page as such. So post login on the left side, you will see there are a few tabs. So the first tab is the My API. One moment. So the My API gives you the details about the Algomojo APIs as such. So if you're using it for the first time, you will need to get the free trial. So if you go use this page, it'll give you a facility to try out free for 7 days. Kindly avail this facility once you use the trial facility and find that the platform is able to meet your requirements, all your requirements, only then going for subscription method as such. Otherwise, if it's not meeting the requirement, then you should not be unnecessarily making payment to losing payment as such. So you have three options, either a monthly or a half yearly or a yearly kind of option. Yeah, on a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month. That is the only charge which is applicable towards usage of all the facilities that we have seen or going to see from Algomojo. So it's kept at a very, very competitive rate. So you will find that we do add a lot of value for your trading and investment journey as such. So once you have the APIs, the next step is to go to something called My Strategies tab. This is where we define what is that we are, what is that we need to trade as such. The first step is to create a new strategy wherein we define the things that we want to trade. The it takes you to a web sheet where there are some mandatory details which you need to update. Name is one thing for reference. Say uh, try and keep the name as relevant to what you're trading. So I'll see, it can be any name. So let's say demo 11th and Nifty, say futures. Okay. And as I was mentioning, there are 5 rules which are provided. Depending on your strategy, select the relevant rule. For testing purpose or demos purpose, we'll be using a strategy called super trend, so which is always in trade. And for super trend kind of strategies, the rule applicable is stop and reversal. So why we will look at it when we go to the trading view chart as such. So the rule is the first step to be selected. Kindly be clear as to what is the rule to be selected based on your strategy. Okay. Now, after that, you need to specify what is the segment that you want to trade, whether it is equities or futures or options. So, if it is, say, for example, let's look at futures. When you say futures, it will ask for the trading symbol. If you type in first few letters of the symbol that you want to trade, first few letters, it will give you a list of all the symbols that are available. So let's select Nifty future. By default, the order type will be normal. You can select MIS for intraday, otherwise NRML. Then price type is standard market. There's no other uh, uh, selection to be done there. Once we have limit order, you will have both market and limit as a drop down here. Kindly take the market itself. And by default, you have one lot. So you can change the number of lot that you want to trade. Suppose you make it 100, then the quantity will be shown here. The split quantity is freeze quantity for Nifty is 1800. So it will change as per that as such. If your quantity is more than 1800, it will split into two orders or based on the quantity into multiple orders, and the same will be placed when we get the signal such. And other thing is by default, it is in not to roll over. In case you want to roll over, you can always say that next month expiry rollover. It will show you the date also of next month uh, contract. So for demo, we'll keep it as not to roll over. Then chart symbol need not be updated. Leave that blank. Target and stop loss, you can set it either in terms of percentage or points as such. In case if you would like to do that, you can set it up using the target and also the stop loss. Say, for example, points, if you say, you can say 100 points target and stop loss. You want to keep it at, say, 25 points, whatever is your as per your requirement. You can define this, and these are the mandatory things that are to be updated. If any field is missing, the page will not be saved. It will ask you to update that. So once you fill in this, we need to do a submission. There are some other fields which will have certain default values, like the start time is 9:15. There are traders who would not like to take any trade uh, between 9:15 to 10:15 or 11 o'clock because they feel that the market is pretty volatile. So if they want to change the start time, you can do that. Or there are some traders who want to trade only between 9:15 to 10:15. Then you can say that, okay, start time at 9:15, end time, if you say 10:15, any signals coming after 10:15, it will get ignored. It will not get placed as such. So end time is for the signal stoppage time. Though the chart might be sending in signals, our platform will ensure that those signals are not executed as such. In case if you want such kind of thing, you can set it up. Otherwise, you need not. You can leave that blank. So all signals coming from whatever charting tool will be executed throughout the day. Then square off time, you can specify at what time you want to square off. If it's MIS order, if you want to do a square off at 2:30 or 3 o'clock, you can set that. And expiry square off is on the expiry day when you want to square off instead of waiting till the last moment. If you want to square off and roll over around 2:15 or 1 o'clock, whatever the time you prefer, you can set that also. So as per your settings, the portions will be either squared off or rolled over depending on the requirement. So these are some of these things that are mandatory to be updated. Define what is that you want to trade and create just strategy page and do a submit. So one, see, if all the fields are okay, it will save the thing and say that, okay, this strategy has been successfully created. And it generates something called a webhook URL and certain codes which we need to use in TradingView and Amibroker. So based on the requirement, these two things we will be referring to and using them in our charting tools as such. Any doubts so far? Any queries so far? Let me know so that we can get into the next step. So here we have said that we would like to trade in Nifty futures as a normal order, and the quantity that I need to trade is 100 lots. Is the setting that I've done, and there's no target and stop loss which I've set, and I'd like to see how this works. So once these parameters are defined and submitted, we can get into the next step. So the normal process that I would suggest is once you do this. Go back and you will see that by default, the trades will be in inactive state. You will need to enable either the live trade or paper trade. Always start with the paper trade. So enable the paper trade and test it out manually by placing a signal. So you can place the orders right from here. This tab itself, there's something called a generate signal. Go here and say buy. So it will place an order for you. Those details can be seen under this tab called My Signals. As you can see here, the manual order has been generated at so and so time. This signal was buy and the status is completed. Since this is a paper trade, the execution has been done. Otherwise, if it is a working day, it would have got rejected if it was beyond market hours or such. So, um, so this gives you the details of what are the orders that are placed. Since we had selected 2,500 quantity, it has placed two orders, 1,800 and 700. So it has done the order splitting as such. And the position can be seen here. In the live market, you will be able to see the live prices also and the live M2M and um, P&L. Now, if you have multiple strategies created, it will give a listing of all the strategies. You can look at things as per your strategy. For example, I will select the strategy which I just created. So it gives me details about the orders placed for today under this strategy as such, right? So this is how you can test it manually. Now, suppose say you want to square off this position, you can do it from here itself. You can say a square off, and the order will be closed as such. Do a refresh, the quantity becomes zero. You can also see that it says that position squared off, manual position square off has been generated and the same has been completed. So first test it manually by generating the signals in the platform itself under paper trade and see if it is the thing that you were expecting, and then get into the trading view or Amibroker. And if there's any change to be done, you can do it and then try it out again and then shift over. Yeah. Yeah, kill switch kind of solution could come, but not immediately. Once the development is done, once we launch that feature, it will be made available as such. As of now, we don't have a kill switch. Yeah. So now, since this is what was required for in terms of order placement, um, we are ready to look at how do we do this integration with TradingView. Yeah. So manually, I've tested by placing a buy order and sell order, and it has placed those orders perfectly as per my requirement. So what has happened here is, since I have selected a rule as stop and reverse, it has placed a, uh, sorry, since I did a square off, it closed the existing portion. If I had done a sell, then it will generate a reverse signal also. For example, I do a buy and I come here and see that, okay, 2,500 quantity is there. Suppose I want to close the long portion and take a short portion, I can go here again and say sell. So it will close the existing long portion and then take the reverse portion also. As you can see here now, the portion has been reversed. So there are strategies like super trend, which are always in trade, either long or short. So this is how it can work. So the stop and reversal rule will ensure that the current portion is closed and the reverse of that portion is taken. So that is the way stop and reversal rule will work. Now, if you had selected long only, then it would have closed the long portion and there's no short portion as such. There would not have been any short portion. So be clear in terms of selecting the rule. So let me close this and I'll just say square off and make this quantity zero here so that we can get into trading view and see how do we do an automation as such. Now, we will look at super trend, and in case if you have any specific strategy which is available and you would like to see how to automate that, let me know. We can try doing that in this session itself. Now, there's a couple of things to be seen in when we are doing automation of strategies or indicators in TradingView. One is that when you're using TradingView for automation using a strategy, of course, see, and most important, I should mention the free version of TradingView. You will not be able to automatically place the orders. You will need the subscription to place orders because only the subscription-based TradingView offers the facility for using the webhook URL feature of TradingView. The free version doesn't support that, so you need to have a subscription of the TradingView for automation purpose as such. But otherwise, TradingView, all the features and facilities which are there in the free version, it's more for manual kind of trading. So let's look at what is the process for setting up alert using a strategy in TradingView. See, first step is to select the symbol that you want to trade, then select the time frame that you want to run the strategy in, whether it is based on a 1 minute time frame or 5 minute time frame, 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time, depending on whatever is the time frame. Select the time frame, then get into load your strategy onto the chart. Then the next step would be to, once you load the strategy, against the strategy, there's something called a more button, which is there. Just if you go and click on that, it will open up a page like this. So it will say that, okay, it gives you a facility for creating an alert. with certain details updated and certain details that needs to be filled by us. So the details that needs to be filled by us will be something called the alert name. You can give any name. Message content is something which needs to be updated. That will be provided by Algomojo. It's a simple copy paste you need to do. Take it from Algomojo and paste it here in this message box. And in the notification box, you will need to place the webhook URL. So as you can see here, sorry. Yeah, in the under the notification tab, you will need to place the webhook URL. So we will look at that as a practical example also when we are doing the automation. Now, in case if you are using an indicator, there is a slightly different kind of process to do. First is the same. The symbol has to be selected first, then the time frame, then the indicator that you want to use for trading that has to be loaded. Then again, select the more button. When you do that, you will get a window which is slightly different from what we saw last time. So last time it was just the name and the message box. Here there are some more things like conditions, trigger, and expiry. All expiration is same. So condition and trigger will also need to be updated by you. So whether it is what are the values that you want to use for condition and when you want the trigger to happen needs to be updated. Trigger normally we have seen is that once per bar close, and condition if it is long then it is crossing up, if it is short then crossing down kind of facilities. So let's look at what are the things which are there. Like in the conditions, you have something called crossing up, crossing down, greater than, less than, all that. Depending on your study, when you want a signal to be generated and sent across for order placement, you will need to update this condition tab from the drop down which is provided by TradingView, right? So use these methods for creating an alert in TradingView. So let's look at TradingView. Yeah, as I was mentioning, for today's purpose, let's look at something like a crypto, which the markets are open now. We should be able to see prices live, and we should be able to generate signals. So I will select the trading symbol first, as say Bitcoin. Yeah, let me select this. Important thing is to select the symbol, and next is the time frame, whether it is 1 minute, 2 minute, or 5 minute, or 1 hour, depending on your strategy requirement. Select the time frame. I'll use the 1 minute time frame so that we get some signals today. Not much of movement. Hopefully, we should be able to get some signals at least. Uh, Yeah, let's try this. Okay. So symbol, select the first step is the trading symbol. Next step is the time frame. Third is loading the strategy. Yeah, I already preloaded this. If in case you have any other strategy, you'll need to load that. So this is what is the price chart by default. Load the strategy. Let me enable the super trend. So once I load the strategy, uh, like so yeah, I loaded the super trend strategy as such. So once you have super trend, you'll need to, if you go hover around this strategy name, you see these three dots, the more button. You select the uh, more button and use the add alert function. So it'll open up a pop-up. Give a name. So I'll say Nifty, say futures. And in the message box, in case if you have something default already there, remove that and copy it, go to Algomojo. Yeah, this is a strategy that we created, this one. If you go here, if you go to the view, you will see this content here. This is what needs to be used when you're running a strategy as such. If it's an indicator, then it is different. The indicator will have something like buy, sell, short, and cover. Four codes provided. Strategy is just one. So copy this content from here and go back to your trading view and update it here. right? And then if you need to go to notification section, then what there'll be a default webhook URL. Remove that, come to Algomojo, copy this webhook URL, which is there for your strategy. Uh, Go back here and paste it. So Control V. So as you can see here, this is the code of this strategy that we have created. In Algomojo, I have multiple strategies which are running already. There are a lot of other strategies available. These are all unique numbers which are there. This TC215 is the one which we just created for trading for the demo purpose, which will involve trading in Nifty futures as such. Okay, right? This is what we created. So this webhook URL is linked to this strategy in Algomojo. Now let me explain this slightly more. As you can see in webhook URL, there are a lot of content, a lot of information stored in the webhook URL. So as and when there's a buy or a sell signal that is generated in the chart, TradingView will look at where this needs to be sent. So it will know that it has to be sent to amapi.algomojo.com because we have provided that information. So it will send the signal to us, to this website. And when it reaches us, we will know that it has come to this broker called TC, which is TradeGenie, and to this web API and API secret, and to this pertaining to, say, your account. Then in your account, there will be multiple strategies. It has got information like this is the strategy against which it order has to be placed. So this is how we make out under which strategy what order has to be placed. So it is important that you use the right webhook URL. I've seen couple of some instances where people by oversight or by mistake unknowingly on they would have used to say not updated the webhook URL. So the orders will get placed from multiple strategies on the same thing that you have created here. So that is not the requirement. So be clear to update the webhook URL for that specific strategy that you are using. Suppose you are using something like a strategy like 214. Then if you want one for 214, then the webhook URL of 214 had to be updated in trading. That please ensure that there's no mistakes on that front as well. Right? So you can scroll and see what is the book URL that you have used. That is all. So in the settings, in the message box, copy and paste the message that we are giving, and under the notification, copy and paste the webhook URL. These are the only two steps that are required. After you do that, say create your strategy alert will get shown here, as you can see here. This is the alert that we had just created. Now you're ready for placement of order. That is all is the simple step that is required for automating the signals that would come from TradingView. So important is to have a strategy which gives buy or a sell signal in TradingView. If you have that kind of strategy, then all you have to do is select the trading symbol, select the time frame, and select the strategy and create an alert. That's it. While creating an alert, whatever is the information that needs to be updated is taken from Algomojo and updated. One is the message and the other one is the webhook URL. That's it. Any confusion, any information required so far on this? Yeah. Now, let me explain some of the rules which are there. See, we were looking at, say, for example, here in terms of, sorry, let me go back. There are four rules, five rules as such. If you select long only, then what happens is it will take only the long signals. It will not take any of the short signals. So there, as you can see here, there are traders we have seen would like to say sometimes would like to take only they're bullish in the market and they would like to take only the long signals. They don't want to take any short signals at all. So when buy signals are coming in, for example, here there's a buy, it will take a long signal, long trade, and when the sell comes, it will close the long trade and wait. So it will wait for the next long signal to happen, then it will take a long trade, and then it will close the long trade here. That is how it will keep going if you select long only as the rule. Now, the other rule is the short only. As you can see here, short only is the other rule. Short only is nothing but it will help you to take only short trades. It will not take any long trades at all. So it will take a short trade here, close this when the buy comes, it will close the short trade. So any sell signals will be executed by the platform. Now, if you take if you want to take both, then you can use long plus short or the stop and reversal. If your strategy is something like the super trend, what we are seeing here, super trend is, as you are aware, is always in trade, either long or short. There are strategies which are not always in trade. Now, it will take a position, either a target or a stop loss is hit, and then the position gets closed, and the strategy will wait for some time without any trade. In such a kind of situation, you will need to use a rule called long plus short. So if you use long plus short, as you can see here, buy and sell. So you will get the details about each of these rules as a pop-up. Like you can see what is that it can do for you. It is highlighted there. So accordingly, based on the strategy that you're running, what kind of trades happen, select the relevant rule, which is most important. Now, suppose by mistake for a strategy like super trend, you take you want the long to be taken, and the when the short comes, the short also has to be taken after closing the long position. So, but you have selected only long only as a trade, then system what it will do is it will close the long trade and then wait. It will not take the reversal. So, because the rule that you would have selected was not is long only, and instead of stop and reversal. So be careful and look at what is the strategy involved, whether it is always in trade or it is sometimes in trade and not in trade sometimes. If it is that kind of situation, then use the rule called long plus short, which is this third rule. And fourth rule is for more for your Amibroker kind of users. And for super trend kind of strategies, you can use the stop and reversal. So it will keep reversing the position as and when the system generates uh, signals as such. So when there's a buy, it will take a long position, and when there's a short, it will take a short position. Now, so now, for example, this is already in a trade, right? So, and you feel that, okay, the markets, you'd like to take a position manually and allow the system to take it forward after that. So what you can do is you go here and initiate a long position. So you can go here and say buy. So I've generated a buy signal manually. Sorry. Yeah, if you go to my signal, it will show that, okay, there's a long position taken. As you can see, my manual signal generated for buying, and the position is open. So always, if you want to automate, use our system here under the strategies to do any activities of buy, sell, short, cover, or square off, so that the system will be updated as to what is the position which is running. Suppose you're taken the position manually in your mobile phone. There's no way of we knowing that, okay, it has position already has been taken. So when the reversal comes, we will not know that there's a position running, and since there's no position, we will act as per the signal that comes into us. We will not try and close the open position. We'll try and take a new position. So always use our system to generate the signals, and either open the signal, or open the position, or close the position, or square off the position. Always do it only from Algomojo. Don't do it from manually in broker page or broker app as such. And so that our system is updated. There's no way of automatically sensing whether the position has got squared off or it's running or not running. That is not possible as such. Right. So here we have taken a position because super trend is already in long, and when there's a reversal coming in, the sell signal will be generated. Then the long taken will be closed and the short position will be taken. So this is how you're taken an entry manually, and you're now leaving it to the system to run automatically. Or if you don't want to do that, you just set the alert, and whenever the new signal comes, it will start taking positions for you. Any queries so far on this? There is no other extra charge except this subscription charges. You get a 7-day trial. After that, you will need to take a subscription. Right. So this is how we do set an alert for automating from a strategy as such. Any queries? Any other details anybody would like to know about this so far? Yeah. Okay. Somebody would like to know how do we do using a drawing tool as such. Okay. Now, TradingView offers a lot of drawing facilities. Let us look at how do we use that for drawing trend line, and based on the trend line, how do we um, take a position? For example, let's say that let's draw a trend line. Say, it can be any line, right? So I'll make this as a trend line, and you do the drawing, and the trend line, something like, okay. Now, if the price breaks above this trend line, I want a long position to be taken. If it breaks down below this line, I will need a short position to be taken. So we will need to create two alerts, one for breakout for buying, and the other one is for selling. So let us try and create one for um, breakout. Now, for indicators or for drawing based or price based action, you will need to create two alerts. One is for entry and the other one is for exit. Now, I'll say add entry on trend line. So I will say that the price, as I said, for indicators and price based actions, you will see a different kind of box. So here I'll say price crossing up the trend line. And if the bar closes above that trend line, I would like to take a buy entry. So what we'll do is we will take this, go to our strategy. And from here, I'll copy this buy message, go back to trading view and paste it here. So this is, we'll say TL entry, that is entry long. I'll give a name something like this. And since it is for the same strategy, I've not created a different strategy. I'll keep it as same webhook URL and not do any changes and say create. So a new one will be created here. So when the price breaks out about this trend line, it will take a long entry. Similar thing we'll create for uh, breakdown as same, select the bottom trend line that we had drawn, right click on that and say add alert on trend line. Here I'll say crossing down. Instead of crossing up, I'll say crossing down. And I'll say here trend line entry, say short. And in terms of message, I'll need to give the same message, except that I'll here in terms of action, I'll say sell instead of buy. And there I'll say create. So that also is created. So this is how we do for drawing tools. It can be price based, it can be trend line, it can be any kind of drawing that you can do in TradingView. You draw the line, and whenever the price is crossing above or breaking down below that trend line or whatever drawings that you do, you create an alert, and when the price crosses above those lines or below those lines, the order will be triggered. So we'll wait for that thing to happen. I suppose this is what you are looking at, drawing tool based, related based futures kind of coding, alert creation. Yes, sir. Position which I took manually now, if there is a sell signal, it will get closed and a new short position will be taken. Yes, sir. Yeah, sure. हम कोडिंग नहीं सिखाते हैं, कोडिंग बना सकते हैं लेकिन नहीं सिखाते हैं सर। आपको खुद learn करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो there are a lot of people who teach coding. We are not into coding as such. Yeah, see, half trend, alpha trend, all these are strategies which are very similar to your super trend kind of thing. So, good that you asked. Let me explain how it is to be done. Yeah, now half trend is also loaded. So, for example, this is half trend kind of strategy. I'll hide this. So, super trend is hidden, and this is half trend strategy, which is there in trading view. So the process is the same. Go load your half trend strategy, go here and say add alert on half trend, give a name, update the message box with after half trend is always in trade and it is a strategy. Use this code there. Go back here and say use this code and say give a name half and say half trend uh, demo. And update the webhook URL. If you have created something different strategy, update that webhook URL and say create. That's it. There's no other step involved. Yeah, well, there's no limitation in terms of API calling that we have set up. Brokers have a limitation. So there are some brokers who don't allow more than 20 calls or 30 calls per second kind of thing. If there's such kind of limitation, we can't help it. We'll need to go as per the broker's rule as well. Otherwise, we have not put any limitations. So half trend, super trend, any strategy, the process is the same. Load your strategy, go to this three dot button, say add alert to that strategy and update the message box. Remove what is the content, update first strategy, update, sorry, not this is not the one used. Sorry, yeah, let me edit that. Here, the code to be used for half trend is something like this. Yeah, this is strategy.order.action is the message box content that needs to be used. So use that and save. That's it. Yes. It can be any strategy, half trend, super trend, UT bot. There are lots of strategies available in trading. As long as it is a strategy, the process is the same of setting up an alert. Yeah, interesting. Now, suppose say you have taken an entry and uh, you would like to say you have taken an entry in long and as the price keeps going up, trail your stops, right? So what we will do is you can either use a trend line kind of thing or you can use a price based action. Now I'll show you how to a price based action. Now suppose for example, you have taken an entry here at 94,000, say 189. Now you would like to keep trailing this as it keeps moving up. So what you can do is you can create a price-based stop loss kind of thing. All you have to do is go to any place in the trading view, right click and say add alert as such. It will open up this window where you can mention that if the price is going to cross down a value of say 20 here 94,220 or say yeah 220 and only once and say I'll say this as TSL. I want a sell to happen. So for that the content to be used is similar to indicator. I want to sell the portion or close the portion which is there. Go here, copy this sell content and paste it here and save this. Now, once you save this, you can see this dotted line with an arrow. This is the line that you have created. Okay, you can keep shifting this. All you have to do is keep bring it down. For example, now I brought it down to 94,1010. For example, you can either type that value or say 94,100 and save it. So whenever the price comes to this level, it will close it, or you can keep shifting it up or down. This is how you can train an entry. So let me bring it here. As you can see here, we have taken an entry manually. So if the price crosses once, I want the portion to be closed. I'm trailing my long, so this is what will happen. However, the rule that I've taken is I've taken stop and reverse. So what could happen is it will close a long portion and take a short portion also. If I've taken long only as a rule, then it will close the long portion and wait. So this is how you can do the trailing path, either based on a trend line or a price-based line. You can keep shifting it. You create it once and link it to your strategy and leave it as such. It can be target or it can be stop loss, anything as such, right? So if it is target, you can keep moving it above the price. Create something above, like what we did for trend line. So you can keep shifting this. You can keep shifting this. Or shifting down for entry. This is for entry as such. And this, if it is closure of the thing, you can keep moving this or this. Then whenever the prices come down below the trend line or the trailing stop loss line, you can use the trend line as a trailing stop loss or even the price based line as the trailing stop loss and keep shifting them. So price coming down to that level, it will get closed. This is how you can, a lot of people use price-based trend line or even price-based horizontal line for trailing their entry or exits as such. Hope that would meet your requirement. We are working on a different model for trailing stop loss. Once that is available, you could use that system-based, Algomojo-based trailing itself, or you can create a alert in TradingView and use that as a trailing stop loss, or keep shifting the entry points or exit points based on horizontal lines or trend lines or any other kind of study that you would do in the TradingView itself. If not, if in spot break the trend line, I will trade C. Yeah, good question that you asked. So now what we have set is that I want to trade in futures. Now, for trading in C or P, how do we do that? Let's look at that. Now, sorry. Yeah, I'll create another strategy for trading in, say, options. So I'll create a new strategy and give it a name as options. Here again, I'll select the same rule like stop and reverse, and segment I'll use as dynamic symbol, because whenever the signal comes, I want the system to recognize the strike price automatically based on the spot which is running at that point in time. So we will use, say, Bank Nifty, for example. Then I'll use the current month expiry. When you select the expiry, it will give you the date also. So you can be sure what is the date that you're selecting. Then I will say ATM strike is what I want to trade. I want to do a buying. You can do buy, sell, hedge buying, hedge selling, all that is possible. You can select buying. And then order type, again, normal or MIS. I'll select as normal. Price is standard market. And I'll keep it as, say, again, 100 lots. So quantity is 1500. It will split into multiples of 900 and place the order. Now, after you fill up this, what you can do is you can do a submit and the order gets created, or the strategy gets created. I go to enable a paper trade. Okay, I'll take the portion manually now. Say, imagine that your trading view is sending a buy signal. I want the ATM CE to be taken of quantity 1500. That's what I've defined. So I'll do that manually. As you can see here, the buy has been generated, and the portion here is the strategy name is options, is what we give. Manual buy signal generated. It has placed an order for C, as you can see here. It is 48,900 C ATM. This quantity is 1500. Two orders placed. Portion running is this, and the strategy number is 216. For example, let me try and change this. For example, let me try and change the webhook URL here. TSL, for example. Let me try and update this to the options. Instead of 215, I'm placing it to 216. And what I will generate is a sell signal. So it will close the C and open a PE position. So I do this and save it. So I'll move this TSL line here. So when it comes down below this line, I wanted to close the long position, which I've taken, and take a PE. That is what we are trying to see how it works. Yeah, like as I was mentioning, trailing stop loss, either you can handle it using any of these examples that we were seeing, like price-based horizontal line or trend line-based kind of entry exit. As of now, you can do. Otherwise, as of now, we have a fixed trailing, fixed stop loss. Trailing will come up shortly. Now, the line has been breached, and as you can see, signal would have got generated here. Signal has been generated, TSL cell has been generated. So let's look at what has happened to that signal. You go here and refresh. See, the cell has come. So the long has been closed. I had multiple long positions. So it has closed the CE and taken the P. It has reversed the position. That is because my rule that I've set is stop and reverse, as it here in my strategy. You see this rule stop and reverse. So it is stopping the long trade and taking the short trade, the reverse trade. If I kept long only, then it would have just closed the CE and wait. If it is short only, then it will take only the PE and wait. That is how, depending on the rule what you have selected, it will act to take the reverse position, not to take the reverse position. Based on the rule, it will take the positions as such. Hope that is clear, sir. See, exit on total P&L is currently not available. It has to be based on signal getting generated from your uh, TradingView or Amibroker kind of platform. Now, traders would like to, if both the legs have achieved a certain number in terms of loss or profit, the positions to be closed. That kind of facility is currently not available with us. So again, if you want to take a long, say, this trend line also, if you have created this drawing once, you can keep shifting them wherever you want to move them on for long entries, you can keep doing that. So whenever the price breaches those levels, it can take the long entry again. Similarly, for closure, you can use the trend line breakdown as the kind of thing. So when the price breaches that level, when it breaches the trend line drawn, it will close the existing position. See, indicators date no, indicators will never have buy and sell kind of buttons. Like if you look at let's look at an indicator. It can be any indicator. Say for example, RSI is a pretty popular indicator. You can load any indicator, but it will not never have buy and sell kind of signal. But you can trade similar to like what we did for trend line or price base. So load the indicator that you want to trade on, and say if the price is in the, for example, in the upper portion of the band, and if the price or the RSI starts coming down a certain level, you would like to take a PE entry, and when it goes below and starts coming up a certain level, you would like to close the PE and take a CE. That can be done. Now, how do we do that? The process is very similar to what we did for trend line or price base. You have to set two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Now here the RSI is in the top end of the channel. So we will try and do a sell kind of indicator. Let us see how do we do that. So once you load any indicator, for example, go to the three dots and say add alert on that name. Here it is RSI, you select that. So when it comes to alert, you'll need to update the condition and say that if the RSI starts coming down, a value of say 70 or 65, okay, and the bar closes and the value below the 65 value, then the cell has to be generated, is what I'm trying to define. Then you can say that give a name, RSI PE entry or RSI. Yeah, it can be any name. And in terms of message content, remove the whatever is by default. Go to the strategy that you have created and go to view, and under the indicators, under the indicator, you have something called a cell. So use this code, bring it here and paste it here, right? And update the webhook URL. Now, here I have linked it to the Bank Nifty option. If you have created a new one, you can link it to that. The strategy number 216 is Bank Nifty option is what we had looked at. This is Bank Nifty option. So I'll say use the same thing and I'll say create. So as you can see here, this is the dotted line which we just created for an indicator. So if RSI starts coming down this level and closes below this level, the candle closes below this level, then the existing position will be closed and a new position of PE will be taken. That is what it means. This is how you can set it up for indicators. Indicators will never give buy and sell signal. It will give only the levels as such. Uh, Normally, for any indicator, you will have this unless it is some customized kind of thing. There are paid indicators or strategies which are available. You will need to contact the vendor, whoever has published that indicator, for getting that option to add alert. If they provide you that access, then you can do it. Otherwise, normally, any of these freeware, like it could be any indicator, CCI or MFI or ADX or MACD, any of these, you will have this facility of adding the alert. So if you look at the say, MACD, go to MACD here, add more, add alert on MACD. It will show up the same similar kind of uh, tool which needs a box which you will need to update with crossing up or crossing down once per bar, close, all this based on your study. Update that and update the content either for a buy or a sell, then save it. It will get the whenever that level gets breached, the order signal will be generated and the order will get executed. That's right. There are a lot of people who do a lot of these studies and they trying to monetize those strategies or indicators. So it will be available only for people who take up their subscription. So you will need to contact those vendors, whoever has published that, and get access for adding alert for using their indicators or strategies as such. Yes. Only then they will allow this alert creation um, facility to be there for their studies as such. Yeah, like how to set target in spot. Now, if you're running a spot chart and like what we saw the horizontal line alert creation in terms of say either a trend line or a say if the price comes here, price is crossing up here and you want to do a sell, uh, paste this code here and you can give a name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and say create. So what will happen is if the price crosses above this level, whatever long position is running, it will close that long position as such. Yeah. So this is how we can do alert creation for say trend lines, or it can be any studies. It can be price based also, resistance or support levels. If you want to take an entry when the price comes below the support level and starts moving up, you want to take an entry, or when it hits a resistance level, you want to exit, or based on an indicator, or it can be trend line. You can set the alerts accordingly, and whenever those levels are reached, the signals will be generated and it will be sent to our platform for execution as such. And if the positions are available, we will close the position, or if a position has to be taken, we will take the position for you. So, UTBot is, there are some free versions available. You can try with them. But in terms of profitability, you will need to do the back testing and check it out. We are not into looking at back testing or recommendation of strategies as such. We are a bridge provider to help you to automate as such. Let's look at, let me remove, say, one of these. Let me check if UTBot is available. Yeah, yeah. So there's some pivot Algomojo based kind of alert creation. It's possible. So you need to have the if you have the strategy UTBot or any thing which gives you the facility for creation of alert. Uh, so as you can see here, this uh, has got long entry, short entry, long entry, all that. So whenever there's a long entry, it will trigger a buy, and when there's a short entry, it will close the buy and take the reverse order. It's possible to automate. So look at if you have any study or indicators, load them and check what is the kind of strategy or signals that it is providing. Whether you will be able to create an alert. Once you click on these three dots, you will get this facility to add alert to this indicator. Uh, and the process is the same. Pretty simple. If it's a strategy, all you have to do is update this message box and update this webhook URL. That's all. There's nothing else to be done. Only this two copy paste has to be done. Message content, which will be given from here. Point to be noted here is for you have for trading view, you have four tabs given. One is strategy, and another one is strategy with symbol, another indicator, and indicator with symbol. So if it is a strategy giving buy sell signal, then use this code. If it is an indicator, then you have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. Say buy and sell, two alerts for indicators. Even price based is also the same as indicator. Even trend line drawing or any kind of other drawing is also the same. You will need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit as such. Whereas for strategy, it is only one, right? So we are not providing any market related courses as such. We are only to um, for automation purpose. See, what SEBI is trying to do is they're trying to get certain regulations, algo regulations. However, we are not providing an algo as such. We are providing a bridge. So we are different from algos as such. Algos are the ones which determine when to take an entry and when to take an exit, whether profit can happen, not happen, is all dependent on the strategy as such. That is where the risk is. Now, they are trying to get a regulation, make it more safe for the traders to use on those front. So once you have the strategies tested and approved by SEBI or SEBI authorized people, you will need an execution platform still. That is where we come in. So we do not come under the purview of the consultation paper published or under discussion as of now with what SEBI is doing as such. हाँ अभी uh, how to do a manual trade? It's like, as I was mentioning, once you create whatever is that you want to try trade, you create the options. Like, for example, we created the strategy for trading in our options. All you have to do is go and say buy or a sell or a short or a cover from here itself. That is how you do a manual trade. And automating is you go to the trading view and create an alert for indicator or strategy. And for creating those alerts, whatever details are required in terms of message box content and the webhook URL, use that from Algomojo and update them. That's it. If you are doing a manual trade, then you can still do it from here. Right. One is go to the dashboard and suppose you want to trade in say Yes Bank. You go here and say Yes Bank and say you want to buy. You can place a buy order for 1,000 quantity and say buy. So you can place an order manually also. The order will be rejected because the markets are closed. You can do manual trade and you can also do an automated trade from here itself. Yeah, see, in terms of back testing, the one is you will need to have the code. There is almost all codes will have this facility for back testing. Let me show you, for example, in Super Trend. Once you select any strategy, in the lower pane, you will be able to see the details like what is the net profit, what how many trades have happened during this period, what is the percentile, profit percentile, all these factors can be seen from here. Performance summary, list of trades, and overview is all given here. So average trade, how much profit it made, all that can be seen. Now this is for a 1 minute kind of time frame. If you use say 5 minute time frame, the studies will change. As you can see, the average profit, trade profit is $14.79. There were 305 closed trades. Profitability was 34.10. Profit factor is 1.04. So these kind of details are available for backtesting in TradingView itself. This is all from TradingView. So any strategy running on TradingView normally will have all these facilities. So check it out in TradingView for the past performance. So what are the details? You will be able to see all the Sharpe ratios and what are the maximum drawdown, what is the how many winning trades, how many losing trades, what is the largest win. All those summaries can be got in TradingView. So these are functions and features of TradingView. TradingView offers huge amount of facilities. Try and check it out, sir. We normally take up coding for Amibroker and for TradingView. Can try and do it for Python also. There is no API exposed to subscribers. Even if somebody has got taxes, I'm not very sure how effectively they can use it. It is pretty specific to the strategy or the user as such. See, backtest tenure, as you can see here, it is giving you trades from, for example, here. It is giving you trades from April 12th onwards. All the trades which have happened, they will be listed in TradingView. All the see, and the extent of backtesting depends on the subscription you have taken. Now, for the basic model, I think they allow 2,000 bars or so, and for their professional version, they allow some 20,000 bars of backtesting. So it depends on the kind of subscription that you would have. नहीं, दोनों मैनुअल ट्रेड और ऑटोमेटिक ट्रेड दोनों साथ में कर सकता है। आप दूसरा एल्गो जो बंद नहीं करना पड़ेगा, आपको दोनों चला सकता है। एनी अदर क्वेरीज? See, trading view, as you are aware, there's always a bit of lag because it is hosted on a cloud. So comparatively, there is a bit of delay from trading view itself. हाँ हाँ, आप मैनुअल ट्रेड भी कर सकते हैं और ऑटोमेटिक ट्रेड भी कर सकते हैं। आप ऑटोमेटिकली जो भी ट्रेड सेट किया है वो चलता ही रहेगा। आप मैनुअल ट्रेड, मान लीजिए आप 10 लॉट ऑटोमेटिकली ट्रेड कर रहे हैं और 10 लॉट मैन्युअली लिया है। आप 10 लॉट मैन्युअली एंट्री किया है, उसको 10 लॉट को एग्जिट कर दीजिए, 10 लॉट को रखिए। वो जब भी सिस्टम में सेल आएगा वो 10 लॉट जो है वो निकालेगा। लेकिन आप 10 लॉट ले लिया और ऑटोमेटिकली, और 10 लॉट मैन्युअली से भी लिया, लेकिन ऑटोमेटिकली सेल करने के लिए ऑर्डर सिग्नल आया, वो 10 लॉट ही निकालेगा। आपका 10 लॉट जो मैन्युअली लिया है वो चलते रहेगा। Oh yes, lot of people are using charting, sir. You can definitely use charting. It is even more simple. However, uh, somebody mentioned that trading view there's a delay. Charting also there will be a delay, but just make a study of that as such. Uh, yeah, see, when we set a target and stop loss, for example, yeah, let me clarify that point. Suppose for you are using an indicator and you have taken say an C entry as such, and you have kept uh, exit, created an alert for exit also using an indicator. However, what would have happened is you have set a target also in Algomojo. For example, if you go to any of the strategies that sorry. So in this you have set target and stop loss also. Say for example, you have set points and you set the 100 points as target, and uh, here you have kept say 25 points as stop loss. Now you have taken an entry based on the indicator. Say here you set an indicator for a long entry. It has taken a CE here, for example, when the RSI was around 2930, and if the price has moved by 100 points before your exit is hit in the indicator, our system will square off your position because your targets are met. However, when the trading view sends a sell signal because the sell has been triggered here, we will check if the position is open or not. If the position has got closed because the target or a stop loss was hit, then we will ignore the signal coming from trading view. So that way the risk for you is covered. It will not try to place another order. First, we will check if the position is already open or not. If it had got closed either manually or through a target or through stop loss and it has become zero, we will ignore the signal which comes from the indicator to exit. We were looking at, sir. Yeah, this recording is available. Once the session gets over, it takes about an hour's time for the processing. After that, you will be able to access the same website. It will be there for you to go through it again. Uh, uh, so, trading view delay this. not very sure if there can be any solution. The fastest execution for retailers, what we have seen is the best platform would be Amibroker. Next, of course, is TradingView. TradingView is more simple to use. Amibroker, it requires a lot of experience in terms of using the tool as such. In case if you are comfortable using Amibroker, that is the best platform, and it has got the best of the responses. Delays like what happens in trading view, it can come down a lot in Amibroker. That's right. If you have not set any target or stop loss, then based on the indicator signal only, we will act. So buy when the buy comes, we'll take a long entry. When the sell comes, if it's a stop and reverse, we'll take the close the CE and take the PE. Or if you want only the exit of CE, then use the rule as long only. Then the CE which had been taken, when the indicator sends a sell signal, we will close the CE. सर अभी TSL ऑटोमेट करने के लिए फैसिलिटी नहीं है, लेकिन आप कोड करवा सकते हैं ट्रेडिंग व्यू में सेपरेटली. नहीं तो हमारा ट्रेलिंग स्टॉप लॉस का फीचर आएगा, वो यूज कर सकते हैं सर. Yes, MetaTrader 4 is supported. Not 5, 4, yes, you can automate it, sir. Any other queries? No. Sir, to use multiple indicators and strategies, you will need to get a coding done separately. Uh, Suppose you want to use super trend 7,1, and if the RSI is above 60, then you need to get a separate coding done. TradingView doesn't offer multiple combining both multiple indicators or multiple strategies and provide one signal. No, it is not. It is one-on-one. So if you want to combine, you can get coding done for entry and exit also, both. Yes. Entry conditions can be different. Exit conditions can be different. That can be coded for TradingView. In case if you need any TradingView coding, we can help you in terms of getting coding done. If you're running in Python, we have a library. You can use that library and generate the signals from Python code itself and execute the orders. It's possible using Python. Yeah. Now, Python library, you go to our API documentation. Yeah, you will be able to get it from here. So you can refer to this library. All details are provided here. Whatever codes are required, whatever JSON formats are required is all defined here. You can use these for your Python coding. So this is under the section, like if you go to Algomojo, on the left side tab, you have something called an API. You can look at the section for the code details as such. Yeah, and if you have MT4 indicators, we can help you to automate them. Sir, like as I was mentioning, an algo is something which tells when based on certain logic, when the entry has to be taken and when the exit has to be taken, either long or short, those kind of things, which will affect the user's profitability and their investments as such, right? Now, what SEBI is doing is trying to regulate that area where to ensure that the investors or traders, they are not affected by systems which can cause loss to the users as such. However, those are applicable to strategy providers or algorithm providers or the logic providers as such, who will, they say, for example, like your super trend is a algo, it's a program. Uh, it generates buy and sell. So the logic behind this buy and sell is what is the algorithm which is written. And when that buy or sell signal comes to execute, you need a platform, which is where we come in. So when the buy has to come, when the sell has to come, we are not involved in that decision as such. That decision is done by Supertrend, and Supertrend is a strategy which is freely available, or it something like if it's an UT board kind of thing, somebody has published their logic and they have found it to be profitable, and they're trying to sell it to users for a cost. So that logic building is the algorithm part which SEBI is trying to regulate. We are only a bridge, so it doesn't have a direct impact or a direct bearing on our platform as such. Correct. You will need to have a subscribed version of TradingView for using the webhook URL facility. Free facility may you can't use the webhook URL. Yeah, like in TradingView, if you have multiple conditions coming in, say if you want the RSI to be a certain level, MACD to be green, and super trend in a 1 hour time frame to be in long mode, in a 5 minute time frame you want to take an entry. All that coding can be done in TradingView using the Pine script, and then generate the buy signal. So your MACD is giving a buy, your say RSI is giving a buy because it is reaching above 50 or 60, then your 1 hourly super trend is giving you buy, is already in a buy mode, and in the 5 minute time frame, if you're getting a buy signal, if you want that buy to be executed, the code can be written in such a manner that it will take into consideration all these conditions and then give you the buy signal, which we will take it and place order for you. So all that needs to be programmed in the Pine code trading view as. Coming back on the presentation, yeah, we have something called the strategies too. Somebody was asking if we provide um, any strategies. We are not a strategy provider. We are only a bridge provider. However, there are very popular strategies like Super Trend, Alpha Trend, and Half Trend. We have made them available in case if you would like to use them, you can use them to trade in Nifty or Bank Nifty on a 1 minute, 5 minute, or 15 minute time frame kind of thing. However, what you need to know is that we are not, these are not our proprietary strategies. These are freely available strategies. So that being the case, we don't give you any guarantee in terms of profit or loss. We are not assuring of certain any returns as such. This is a brief about our support system. Yeah, you can get in touch with support system on all 6 days. uh, Monday to Friday from 9 to 5, and on Saturdays from 10 to 5. And you can contact us using WhatsApp on this number, or you can give us a call on this number. We are available to assist you, or you can raise a ticket from our platform, or you can send an email to our platform also. Sorry. In case you would like to make a note of these, you can look at these details. So most of things can be solved online itself. Either we use remote desktop connectivity systems, and we have experts who can assist in terms of getting this organized for you. Contact us. I think we should be able to meet any of the requirements in terms of automating your strategies or studies that you would have. I'm not very sure if a visit to our office would be any different from what we can achieve on line itself. However, you are welcome. We are based out of Bangalore. We operate out of Benegata Road. Yeah, sure. So you can send an email to any of these this ID, or my name is Lokesh. You can send an email to my ID. It's lokesh@finfolab.com. So completely share your requirement in terms of entry, exit, all the rules that needs to be considered, indicators, or whatever studies that you would have in mind. We will check the feasibility and we'll come back to you, sir. This is my ID to which you can send the coding requirement. We have a blog, can be referred, provides a lot of information about the features and facilities that can be used. Our website is algomojo.com. So in case if you have any queries, kindly let me know. We'll be happy to assist. You're welcome, sir. Thanks. Thanks a lot. अभी तो मार्केट ऑर्डर ही है लिमिट ऑर्डर आएगा सर शॉर्टली so you can place a limit order up to that. So we are a bridge provider only, sir. I'm not very sure what strategies to recommend. Kindly check with strategy providers. Uh, get a complete backtest reports, backtesting done. Only then look at strategies which can suit your kind of risk management and the expected returns as such. Uh, we are not in a position, we don't offer the service of recommending any uh, people, person, or strategies as such. We can assist in terms of automation only, but not recommend strategies or people as such, or even brokers. All brokers are good, I would say. Everybody has advantages and disadvantages, their own brokerage structures. We have seen almost all um, brokers similar in terms of performance. So we have selected the best of the brokers in the country for API integration. Hundred percent returns can leave remain. I'm not sure, sir. So again, as I was mentioning, it is dependent on the strategy provider, and only they can tell you whether um, how much amount or quantity that one needs to trade or not. So, well, HFTs are a different ball game as such. Those are very high investment, very huge volume kind of environments where um, people who trade in thousands of lots, uh, they take servers and dark fibers located at the exchange or close to the exchanges and run programs which are pretty complex to understand and manage. Yes, HFT are those kind of operators. I don't think we can compare ourselves at all to those institutional players. We are more to assist the retail community and not the HFT kind of platforms. Yeah, sir. Yeah, this is like multiple target kind of thing. As of now, we have only one target, so entire quantity will get closed. When we have the facility for multiple targets and trailing stop loss, you will have such facilities, sir, where you can close 50% of the quantity, and after that, another the balance kind of quantity. Yes. As of now, it is only 100%. 100% stop loss or 100% target. Everything gets closed, sir. No, sir, we are not into charting. as such. Yes, we are franchisees for global data feed and true data. In case if you need data feed for Amibroker, we can assist you, sir. Yes. Part booking currently not possible. Yes. However, manually you can close that. It's not an automated process as of now. Great. Any further queries like me to address? Please let me know. We'll be happy to assist. Global data feed, both are good. Yeah, global data feed is slightly expensive. Uh, True data offers certain flexibilities. So both have cost to benefit. You need to assess what is would be your requirement and take a decision. Yeah, I was saying my number. Let me just. You can call us on any of these numbers. If you want to speak to me, you can ask them to connect to me. I'll be available for taking calls also. Most of the our team is geared up to assist in any kind of support requirement. In case if they need any assistance, they do come to me. I do speak to the clients, customers, users, and offer any support that they require. Sure, this recording will be available. You will have access. Sir. You can go through it anytime you want. Thanks so much, and thanks for taking out the time. I head the operations here, so I look after both support and the technical uh, coding part also. We have a different team which handles the coding part, so I handle both of them. So um, you could get in touch with us for any of these requirements. Yes. Thanks for taking time out on a Saturday for attending this session and wishing you all a very happy new year and a profitable year. In case if there are no other queries, we can conclude this session. Thanks again. We have a team of developers already. In case if you have certain skills which we could make use of, we are pretty open to look at developers. You could share the email ID or giving you could email us the skills that you have in terms of development. To send it to the same email ID support at Algomojo or to be Lokesh at finfolab.com. Um, we depending on the requirement, we can get in touch with you. This is my ID. Sure, sir. Whenever new facilities get launched, we'll be communicating with you. Options was something which was pending for a long time. That has just got launched. I'm sure the next features we are testing would be the TSL and multi-target and also copy trading kind of facilities. Work is going on. Hope to release those features shortly. Fine. Have a nice weekend. Thanks once again. Do get in touch with us for any trading related requirements. We'll be happy to assist you as such. I suppose there are no other queries. We will conclude this session for today. Thanks again. We have the sessions on platform usage every Saturday, same from 10 o'clock onwards. In case if you have any specific things to be seen, please attend them and do let us know so that we can do a practical session in terms of looking at how to do the entire setup that you would require. We can try it out live as such. Yes.